Survivor Series this year only has 4 matches officially confirmed, but I think it's worth watching because I think there's going to be a really big surprise. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the Wicked Bitter channel. Thank you for checking out this video, giving this channel a chance. If you like WWE content, if you're a WWE fan, well, I got some fantastic news for you. This is the place you're going to want to be. Subscribe to this channel, like this video for more WWE content because I got you all week long, every single week. Well, Survivor Series is this weekend, if you're watching this before Survivor Series, obviously. And we only have a few matches confirmed. And I think it's okay, I get it, because there's going to be 2 Wargames matches. Those 2 matches take a while. So this is something I've mentioned in other videos before. I didn't think we were going to get a lot of matches at Survivor Series. Maybe 4, maybe 5. But I don't think we're going to get 5 unless they announce it last second on SmackDown or on social media or something, but I'm happy with the 4 that we have because the Wargames matches are going to take a lot of time. They're going to be fun. They're going to be exciting. They're going to take a lot out of the crowd. So the other 2 matches, I think they also are going to have their own good things about them. I don't think this is going to be the greatest night ever or the best PLE in the world, but I still think it's going to be a very good PLE. So let's get into these predictions. The first match, the Women's Wargames match, we have the Kabuki Warriors, we have Nia Jax, Lash Legend, and Becky Lynch, all teaming up on one side to face Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, AJ Lee, and why am I forgetting somebody? Io Sky. How could I forget Io Sky? Io Sky's in that match too. My gosh. You would think I would know this. Io Sky is like a Wargames legend at this point with all the amount of high-risk maneuvers she does off the top of the cell, which I would say you could definitely expect to see some of that again this year. I mean, why not? She's going to break out that trash can at some point, and she's going to do a moonsault off the top of the cell onto everybody, including her teammates for some reason, and it's going to be epic. The match, however, I think is going to be a good match. I really am specifically looking forward to seeing how Lash Legend performs in this type of match because, to my knowledge, I could be wrong, I don't think she's been in a Wargames match before. I don't know if she did that in NXT. I don't think she did, but Lash Legend has looked great the past few weeks, especially since getting called up to the main roster and being paired with Nia Jax. I think it's just a perfect match for Nia Jax, as far as her being teamed up with Nia right now. I should say it's a perfect match for Lash Legend being teamed up with Nia Jax right now. I think it works beautifully for her, and I think she's great. I think Lash is going to be, obviously WWE sees her as a standout, and they have high hopes for her because when they had her and Jakara teaming up, they let go of Jakara. They kept Lash for a reason, and this is why. She's got superstar written all over her, and I think she's going to shine in this match. I think she's going to come out and look powerful. I think she's going to have some strong hits, strong moves. I wouldn't even be surprised if she's got 2 people on her at once and she doesn't move to them. She's going to come out looking great in this match. I cannot wait to see how it goes. And there's other layers in this match. One thing I didn't really care for was the tease of Charlotte Flair not being involved in this match. I thought that kind of lasted, a few days? It wasn't even anything major. It wasn't even like a couple of weeks worth of... It was not worth getting invested in. Literally, she said she didn't want to do it on SmackDown, and then on Raw the very following week, Alexa Bliss came out and addressed it, and then that's by the end of that show was when Charlotte pretty much agreed to be part of it. Like, it was just... And then they had that sit down with Rhea Ripley on SmackDown, like the cinematic one, and I don't know. I just felt like had they wrote this better or booked this better, they could have built to this a little bit more than what they did. Which, whatever. I'm not going to stress over it. I don't think you have to really worry about Charlotte and Rhea. I don't think that's going to... I think they're teasing it, but I don't think anything really is going to happen there. What I do think, though, is we are going to probably get the women's good guy side to win, the babyfaces. I do think the babyfaces win this match. And I don't know who gets the pin. I don't know what happens. I would like to see AJ Lee maybe get a pin because she's only had 1 match since coming back in WWE, and if you want to continue her and Becky Lynch's feud, then maybe you can do it by having AJ pin Becky. I don't know. She's already made Becky tap. She can pin Becky this time, or you can go a different route. Either way, it's going to be fine. I think it's going to be a fun match, but I'm picking the babyface side to win. Team Rhea. Stephanie Vaquer versus Nikki Bella. Look, I'm going to be very blunt and obvious here. Or not obvious, but upfront. I really don't care about this match. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you're a Nikki Bella fan. I'm sorry if you're a Stephanie Vecchiere fan. I'm a Stephanie Vecchiere fan. I love Stephanie Vecchiere. I've never liked Nikki Bella. Never cared about her. All those years back when she was wrestling full-time, when she and Brie were here, I never liked the Bellas, never were a fan, never was interested, didn't care about any of their title reigns, didn't care about any of their feuds, not even the one they had against each other. I do not care in the slightest about Nikki Bella. So for this match, I really am not invested at all. I think this is a 100,000% Stephanie Vecchiere wins this match. If she somehow loses this match and Nikki Bella becomes the new women's world champion, I am going to be shocked beyond words. I don't see it happening. If it happens, unbelievable. I will apologize, but I do not see it happening. I'm picking Stephanie Vecchiere for this match. Now, it's time for the second to last match ever for John Cena. Dominic Mysterio versus John Cena Intercontinental Championship match in San Diego, California at Survivor Series. Big match for Dom. Easily. Easily, hands down. The biggest match of Dominic Mysterio's career. Whether he wants to admit it or not, this is. And, he might stay in character. Dom's pretty good at that, where he probably wouldn't ever admit this, but this is the biggest match for Dom. And John Cena, for a long time now, has mentioned, leaving the business better than the way he found it. Going out, doing the right thing, which in a lot of people's minds, including myself, means, I'm not saying job out, but I am saying putting people over on his way out. I mean, I think that's to me, that's 100% a John Cena thing. John Cena is that kind of guy. He wants to go out looking up at the lights, putting over young talent, the future of the business, putting them over. And Dominic Mysterio checks off all the boxes for that. I did mention at the start of this video, I believe that there will be a surprise. And I think it happens in this match. Maybe one of multiple surprises that happens throughout the night. I think the first one, or one of them, happens in this match. I think, and I don't know how they're going to go about this, because the way WWE's been sending us these weird signals of late is like, for a while, it's like Judgment Day didn't have Dominic Mysterio's back. They were never there for him. They never helped him out. They didn't help him win matches, retain, nothing. They were never there. He was always looking for them. He's always, I remember the last time he lost to Cena, there was a backstage reel on Instagram where he's just like, where is everybody? Where's Judgment Day? Where's family? Where's anybody? Is anyone going to help me? So I don't know if Judgment Day comes out to help Dom now. I mean, they have in the past couple of weeks looked like they've had his back. They all seem like everything's all good with them. You don't really see backstage segments lately with them where things are not working out. So I don't know if they're just moving on from this or what, but I would think that it'd be interesting for Judgment Day to come out and try to cost Dominic Mysterio this match. And if that doesn't happen, my surprise that I originally thought would be Liv Morgan returning to help Dominic Mysterio win this match. I don't know how they're going to do it, because having somebody beat Cena in a dirty fashion doesn't really do anything or as much as beating Cena clean at this point, like if you're Dom. You know what I mean? Like, I think Dom would benefit more for actually beating Cena clean. But if he beats him dirty, I could see that happening too. His name is Dirty Dom, by the way. So it kind of fits his character if he's going to stay as a heel. And it would be a logical way of getting the Intercontinental Championship off Cena before his final match and back on to Dominic, while also putting over Dominic as the future of the company, beating an icon, the greatest of all time in John Cena. I'm picking Dominic Mysterio to win this match regardless, whether he wins clean or not. I just don't know how he does it, and I just feel like, I just got this gut feeling that Liv Morgan's going to be back, and she's going to help Dom win, and then when Monday comes after Survivor Series, you're going to create this whole dynamic between the Judgment Day and Dominic and Liv, and then we can go from there, and then maybe we could see like a Finn versus Dom for the IC title feud or something, and then I think eventually you'd probably have to turn Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan into faces, but that's a story for another day. I'm picking Dom to beat Cena, and I think Liv Morgan returns to help him win it. All right, men's War Games. I'm going to try to not look at my phone here. Okay, let me list off the people that are in this match. Drew McIntyre, Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, Logan Paul, Brock Lesnar. Well, that's one side. The other side, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, Jimmy and Jey Uso. Bam, I did it. Okay. That's the men's War Games match. This is excuse the pun here, a beefy War Games match here. This is, like they've been saying for the past couple of weeks, this is an all-star War Games match. In my opinion, like, this might be the best one we've seen. There's been some good War Games matches, but I think this one might be the best one we've seen or going to see. I think this match is going to completely blow the roof off the building. And I think there's going to be plenty of moments here where fans are going crazy. I think what I would like to see, and what it's kind of been playing into my mind lately, is that Jey Uso has kind of been acting as if he's the leader of this team, even though it's Cody and Punk kind of jostling that back and forth, kind of deciding who's the leader of it. It kind of seems like Jey has just kind of stepped into the role, saying, no, we got to get on the same page. We're not aligned. We all have to be on the same page here to win this match. So it looks like Jey is trying to be the leader without saying that he's the leader and trying to take that Roman Reigns role. And speaking of that, that's kind of what I expect Jey to do in this match. You know how Roman Reigns in the past in these War Games matches has directed traffic when that gate, the cage gate opens and he's like, all right, you go. No, you stay, you go. I have a feeling that Jey Uso might be doing the same thing at War Games. I could see Jey doing this, or at least trying to, and everybody else is not going to like it. I could see Jey trying to tell Jimmy to go, or trying to tell Roman to wait, or to try to tell Punk or Cody, now you should go. And I think everybody's not going to, maybe a couple of them might go along with it. Maybe Cody because he's cool with Jey, whatever. But I think it's going to rub some people the wrong way. I think Jimmy's going to be like, dude, why are you bossing me around? I think Roman's going to be like, yo, I'm still the tribal chief. I think it's going to rub some people the wrong way in this match. And I feel like it's going to happen. If it's not, whatever. I think it'd be kind of a cool thing to see. And it would make a lot of sense where Jey Uso, he's still got that track side of mind where he wants to be Roman Reigns, or he wants to adopt the characteristics of Roman Reigns. He wants to act more like Roman than he's ever acted like Jimmy. You know what I mean? And then I'm going to still stay true to what I've been saying for a while now. Jimmy Uso, to me, has made more sense for him to turn heel than Jey has, in my opinion. I don't know if any of these heel turns are going to happen this match. Maybe nothing happens. Maybe no turn happens. But for me, I'm going to put it out there just in case no one else is. I'm going to say Jimmy Uso is going to be the one that turns in this match. I'm going to say Jimmy costs his team this match, and the heels win this match. The babyfaces aren't even on the same page, or it seems like the heels are kind of on the same page here, or at least more than they are than the babyfaces. So I definitely think something's going to happen. I don't think it's just going to be a flat-out, just an all-out war, and then we get a clean finish. Something weird or funky is going to happen, and I think it's going to be Jimmy Uso, and I think he's got plenty of reasons why he could and should cost his team this match. All right, my friends, I appreciate it. Look, if you're new here and you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. And everybody else, please like this video. It does me a big favor. And look, I know this week's going to be a big week for a lot of people, myself included. I got family here. We're going to be celebrating the holiday of Thanksgiving. I'm going to have a video out on Thanksgiving regardless. So if you're just around the house, hanging around, prepping the food, enjoying the food while others prep it, whatever you're doing, if you want to throw my video on, give it a shot. Give it a try. Watch the video. I got a couple of almost Survivor Series and Thanksgiving themed videos coming out this week. So one will be out on Thanksgiving Day, and the other will be out on Saturday before the PLE. So I hope you all enjoy the PLE. I will see you on the next video. Check out the other ones this week, and please like this one. Until we yeet again, my friends, as always, stay bitter.